the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when it can be chain birth most of chains in the game?
Today.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
There's Chris Olave. A look at the numbers last week for Olave.
4 catches, 54 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw.
The pass caught by Olave. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He'll look to throw. There's the stiff arm.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. To the 27-yard line. The Saints at 6-4 now on the year. They've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Back to the ground with Pierce.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Dameon Pierce with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers.
They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance. On play action, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
And Lance now to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Now Lance.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Jordan Brooks. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll drop the throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. This defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
The play action fake, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. 1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Come on!
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Saints are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
What's good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Secured is the important.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. A run for Pierce out of the gun. He's into the secondary. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Dameon Pierce, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Looks with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 116 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect there was more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bit.
Oh, what a juke into space. And finally, he's taken down at the 18.
44 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
2nd down, here's Davis Price.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Lance going to throw.
And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
This will be a 34-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
So here are the Saints to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10.
Ready?
They're going to look to throw.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw.
Olave holds it in.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Here's Pierce on the counter.
And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Another carry for Pierce.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
They'll try the left side. Knight. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive, 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will remain an 18-point lead.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From midfield, here's Lance.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. On 2nd and a couple. Lance. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Davis Price will try to pick it up.
And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Here's Lance.
Forced out to his left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Lance.
And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
punching it in from a yard away.
And the 49ers are able to cut into that deficit. An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it makes the score 21-10. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
A final shot before half for Lance.
His throw incomplete. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get
halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
To throw, it's Lance. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Lance looks to throw again.
Steps away to his left. And oh, this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
64 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. On first down, Lance. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Shotgun now for Lance. Oh, what a catch by Samuel.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Again, it's Lance.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Trey Lance
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the 49ers have cut it back within a score.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
And this one taken in by Olave.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
And they'll go right back to Pierce.
Oh, what a move. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Pierce now up the middle. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set them up 1st and goal. Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Dameon Pierce from 4 yards out. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Lutz good on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Lance to throw it. That's complete. It's Cornell Powell. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Lance now on 1st down. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. From the 22, Lance being chased out left.
And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run with Davis Price.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Coleman will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Fields it right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here first and 10. 101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now back to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Saints on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to and it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, we're going to take a look at this just to make sure. So that challenge, a successful one. Second and short now following the fumble.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Working from the gun, Lance. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Lance looking to throw it. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Lance.
Coleman has it here right side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Drops this underneath for Davis Price. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Here's McCaffrey. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Lance. Flush to his right. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Lance, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right on the 30. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Back to throw.
Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle.
Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. He's back to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw.
On a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Let's go. Red 38.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And they will take a knee here. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me,
that was an excellent come from behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter, both off